Dry skin, stuffy noses, congestion. It is all to be expected during this cooler fall season, but you don't have to suffer. Pharmacist Phil Cowley is known as Phil's My Pharmacist on Instagram, where tens of thousands of followers hang on his advice. No pressure there. No pressure there.
No
Today
pressure
he's sharing over-the-counter remedies that can be just as helpful as a prescription. It's always good to see you.
It's good to see you.
You're solving these 3 common problems for us today, and I'm imagining these are the questions you're getting at the pharmacy about now.
Snot, skin, and sores in the mouth. Okay. You better believe this is right now.
Well, you said snot. I'll say nasal congestion.
That'll be fine.
Can we start with nasal congestion?
Nasal congestion.
What shall we do?
So nasal congestion, when you think of snot is the glycoprotein. So it's got parts that are sugar, parts that are protein, and it doesn't like coming off.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you reach for a pill, but a pill's going to dry you out.
Yeah.
So if you can do something local, whether it's watch local TV or shop local, or in this case, get rid of snot local, it's always best.
We'll pay you later for that. And you played with the snot.
I did play with the snot. It's easy. I always like the snot.
Okay.
So there's this product out there called alcohol, and what it is it's a mix of essential oils and a few different emulsification agents, so we can break up the snot.
Okay.
And it's been around since, I don't know, forever. It's a really old product. So we're going to take 12 milliliters, and we're going to put it inside a nasal rinse bottle.
Yes.
Then we add the salt, because if you don't add the salt, it hurts like crazy.
Yes.
And then finally, we want to get some water. Now, normally, bottled water isn't always good for your teeth because it's slightly acidic.
Oh.
But in the case of a nasal passageway, the slight acidic nature of it is better because it'll kill any of the molds, things like that. So bottled water is
bottled water is acidic.
Yeah, ask your dentist. They're going to tell me not to recommend it because it takes the enamel off. But that's a whole nother.
Okay.
So we're going to fill it to the line, and now I've got the alcohol, the salt, and the water in there, and I'm just going to show you how this works because people always wonder.
People are curious about this. If you've used it, you come to actually really like it. It feels like a hygiene step, and it's no big deal. If you haven't used it, it feels like...
It's a little new, right?
Yeah.
So you take it, and once it's mixed up, you're going to put it in one nostril.
Are you going to do it? You're going to do it? He's doing it.
And that's like that.
Well,
we cleaned out our sinuses. Just like that.
I didn't know that was coming. Get him a tissue.
It's good TV.
Get the man a tissue,
It's good TV.
Harley.
We'll keep moving. We don't need a tissue. We'll keep on moving.
You're the nasal passage.
It's working really well, right? So
I'm not going to look in that bowl.
No, don't look in the bowl.
I'm not going to look in that bowl.
We cleaned it out. It worked really well for us.
Because it might look a little bit like this.
It does, a little bit.
Look, Jeff's got you. Just
there we
give
go.
yourself a... Phil, you're the best. You're the best. This is why people love him the way we do.
By doing that, though, what happens is I go up in those sinuses and I clear it out. And then the alcohol puts this nice, fresh feeling inside your nose, and it breaks up the snot, so you're just doing better. And look, can you hear it? I'm not nasally at all anymore. So it worked out really good.
You don't have to do it that forcefully.
Well, no, only on TV. Okay. If you're on Studio 5, it was actually in the contract. It was in the contract.
I should have guessed with the bowl sitting there, but
absolutely.
I don't ask questions, and I should. I'm getting too complacent in my later years. All right, dry skin.
Dry skin. So kids get these itchy patches of dry skin, and the moms look at them, they're like, okay, it's Friday. Do I want to go sit in an Instacare? Do I really want to go take them to the doctor's office? Sometimes you're like, well, if RSV is going around, do I really want to take my kids in and get RSV? So what do I do? So here's a fix to try to see if it works for you.
I am all ears.
So skin in general, once it gets dry and flaky, it's not good skin.
Okay.
We got to get rid of it.
Okay.
So we normally do that by acidifying the skin. In this case, we're going to take ammonia lactate. Ammonia lactate is a really soft acid.
Okay.
So it'll just take a little bit of the layers off, so it's safe on kids, it's safe any place.
Okay.
So we're going to take, and we're going to fill up the container about halfway with the ammonia lactate.
This is where you're going mixologist on us.
Yeah,
and I love this.
So we're going to put it's about 50% of the solution.
Okay.
Then, hydrocortisone, you're going to want to get the 1%. Now, if you like it thicker, you get the ointment. If your kids are tactile, go with the cream.
Okay.
Now, we're going to end up thinning this out, so it ends up being under 0.5%. At under 0.5%, we're talking a lot of moisture, not a lot of steroid effect. So it's just going to help with the moisturization.
Okay.
So we're going to add, in this case, a quarter of that will be the, I'm dripping for some reason. I can't figure out why my nose is running.
I have no idea why that's happening.
Maybe I'm getting a cold or something. I'm not sure.
No, we're still rinsing.
Now, this is lanolin, and anybody who's had a baby knows and loves this stuff.
Very
familiar. If you've got chapped lips, there is nothing better.
Okay, yeah, it's true. It actually is a really pretty shine on the lips,
I know, it works really well. But in this case, so what's in lanolin? Lanolin is anhydrous sheep fat. So you take wool from a sheep, and you actually strip this off of the wool after you've sheared the sheep.
Okay.
It also looks really similar to what we have in our oil in our skin, our sebum. It looks really similar to it.
Okay.
So now we're going to take and just put just a little bit. In this case, I would have put 2 tablespoons of this. 1 tablespoon of the hydrocortisone, and then I would put a teaspoon of the lanolin in there.
And this all mixes and blends together just fine.
We're going to take those parts, and these are going to blend first, and we're going to put the last one we're going to put in is the vitamin E. So once I've mixed this, it'll mix into a good solution really quickly.
Do you have the sniffles or something?
Yeah, I think I'm getting a cold. I'm really sorry if you catch it.
Okay.
Then
Well, what
after
does the vitamin E do?
vitamin E naturally helps the skin to maintain its own moisture.
Okay.
And it brings the nutrition to the skin so it'll grow in better skin.
Okay.
So now we're going to add a teaspoon of vitamin E.
I'll be trying this, Phil. Thank you very
So
much.
with
How
that
often?
combination, you can put this on once to twice a day.
Okay.
Don't use it on the face, groin, or armpits for more than 3 days without talking to your doctor. Because anytime we use a steroid, you don't want to go on the face, groin, or armpit for too
Right.
long. But
Sensitive
3
areas.
days, because it's Friday and you don't want to go take them into an Instacare because they've got a dry, itchy patch of skin.
Okay.
Beautiful idea. And I've seen it clear up things really quickly.
All right.
And it's a really pretty cream. I really
Yeah,
like
look,
it.
light to the touch. We've got about a minute left. What's this
Okay.
last problem?
This one is Magic Mouthwash. This is the granddaddy of them all. This is the reason why I started in this whole thing.
Magic mouthwash.
Magic Mouthwash. Magic Mouthwash will help with cankers, if you've got little sores in your mouth, if you just had your teeth, like your braces tightened. That's how this one works. So
Okay.
you get benzocaine lozenges. They have 15 milligrams of benzocaine, and we're going to take one of those guys. And we'll mix that in just a minute. So my finger's now slick because
Can I
of that.
help?
There we go.
You got it.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to crush that up.
Okay. This feels interesting.
Now what do we have is we have benzocaine to numb up the mouth.
Okay.
Then we're going to add that, and then we're going to take a tablespoon of both liquid Benadryl
Okay.
and liquid Maalox.
Oh.
And that is the old recipe for Magic Mouthwash.
And that's a swisher? You just
Yeah.
work it around?
Sorry about the nose. So then what you're going to do is this will numb up the mouth. It'll help it heal. So if you have cankers, if you
Okay.
have braces, if you have anything going on with your mouth, they use it a lot in cancer patients.
Oh.
So you can mix this all up for $20. The first time I did this, I had somebody come in that spent $80 for their stuff and they just had cancer. And I said, no, they can do this at home. And we showed them how to do it.
Wow.
So a tablespoon of both
To
the,
heal the sores from...
it does, and you
Okay.
swish and spit. You've got the one lozenge,
All
15
right.
milliliters of Benadryl, 15
Phil.
milliliters of Maalox, and you now have your Magic Mouthwash
Listen, we
at
can
home.
love him because he rinsed his nasal passage on TV. We can also love him because he gives us all the good advice for the problems we need. Where can people find you online?
So Phil's My Pharmacist is my handle on Instagram, YouTube, and on TikTok.
All right, Phil's My Pharmacist. Give him a follow. You'll be glad that you did. Thank you so much, friends.
Thank you.